Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Mii Weekly, this time for June 25th, 2021. I'm Hero TJ, back again, coming to you from Taipei, Taiwan. Last week we received a ton of announcements as part of Nintendo's 2021 E3 presentation. With that behind us, we can kick back a little bit and take a leisurely stroll through this week's Nintendo news. Let's jump right in. My top headline for the week, the Nintendo Tokyo store is selling statues of its Mario, Zelda, Animal Crossing, and Splatoon displays. Nintendo Tokyo has 4 large-scale statue installations. These include Mario, Link, Isabelle, accompanied by Timmy and Tommy, and the Inkling Girl. Amiibo fans no doubt appreciate these impressive sculpts, although it might be worth pointing out these are not Amiibo figures, but I would certainly still welcome these miniature statuettes into my collection. I tried to see if there was some way I could determine the scale, but there doesn't really seem to be any information on that out there yet, so I don't really have any idea how big they are. Those of you up on your geography know that Taiwan is just a short little 2-hour jaunt from Japan, although current quarantine protocols prevent me from actually being able to make the trip. And while I do find myself extremely desirous of these 4 figures, once I calculated the exchange rate, it became pretty clear pretty quick these are quite outside of my price range. Each figure individually sells for 7,150 yen, which converts to about $65 US for a single statue. The whole set is also available as a collection in special packaging for 28,600 yen, which would set you back nearly $260 US for the entire packaged quartet. That's more expensive than a Switch Lite. So while they do look amazing and I'd love to have them, especially that Link figure, I think they sufficiently priced me out on this one. But for any of you high rollers planning on being in Japan anytime soon, or possibly importing these figures, they're available as of today. Thanks to my friend and Nintendo Wire colleague Ricky Berg for his write-up on the subject on NintendoWire.com. This next headline comes from another one of my Nintendo Wire colleagues, Daniel Del Cornejo, one of the biggest Animal Crossing fans I know. And as you might have noticed, Animal Crossing New Horizons, despite all of my predictions, failed to make even a mention at this year's Nintendo E3 Direct. But Nintendo of America President Doug Bowser does have some encouraging news for fans of Animal Crossing New Horizons. In an interview with The Verge, Doug Bowser stated, "While we didn't talk about it, we absolutely have plans going forward to ensure the 33 million people who have islands out there have new and fun activities to engage with. Look for more to come." It's easy to imagine what types of features Nintendo might add at this point, considering that Animal Crossing New Horizons is still lacking a lot of the features from previous installments of the game, namely New Leaf, which still boasts a number of NPC characters who haven't migrated over, such as fan favorite Brewster, and retired Mayor Tortimer, who also hosted an island full of fun minigames that would be a great fit on the Nintendo Switch. Animal Crossing New Horizons has been a bit hot and cold with me. I played the game pretty heavy at launch, fell off for a while, as I imagine many people did. Those amazing Mario items lured me back in, and I was hoping for some Zelda items. Actually, I am still hoping for some Zelda items. They had them in New Leaf, so I'm still ambitious that they're gonna appear at some point, but I'm in a little bit of an Animal Crossing lull at the moment, and I'm excited for them to come up with something to entice me back in. Releasing today, Mario Golf Super Rush. I feel like we've been talking about this game a lot on the show, and it's finally out. Initially, I wasn't really too hot on the game. Then when I saw the Mii Adventure mode, they sold me. Then I watched the Nintendo E3 demonstration, and they unsold me. So as it currently stands, I'm taking a pass, but my younger brother messaged me earlier today, and he's gonna pick this one up and let me know how it goes. He's always been more of a Mario Golf fan than me, so I don't know if his views and opinions on the game will really be reflective of what mine would be, but I'm certainly curious to get his take. Let me know in the comment section below if you're picking up Mario Golf Super Rush. And finally, just a friendly reminder that Mr. Sakurai will be hosting another edition of Mr. Sakurai Presents, featuring the recently announced newcomer, Kazuya from the Tekken series. And that'll be this Monday, June 28th, so mark your calendars. Now playing! Last week, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity Expansion Pass 1, Pulse of the Ancients released. I got a chance to play it over this past week, and as promised, here are my initial impressions. Unlike the DLC for the original Hyrule Warriors, which included multiple new playable characters and an expanded story, this offering seems somewhat paltry by comparison. You do get one new character in the form of a reprogrammed Guardian, which I guess is kind of cool. I haven't unlocked it yet though, so I haven't actually had some hands-on experience with it. All of the new events seem random and isolated. There's no connective tissue or dramatic through line. And even though it features unique EX icons, the layout is confusing and it can be difficult to locate the expansion content. Even though I'm not overly thrilled with it, I'm gonna keep playing through it because I enjoy playing the game, but the new vignettes, as I guess they refer to them, at least insofar as I've played, don't feel distinctive. And even though they boast powered up enemies, I handily dispatch them without changing my approach to the combat, so the feel is exactly like any other stage in the base game. Now I don't want you to interpret this as a proper review, because as I said, these are really still very early impressions, but that said, I still find them somewhat underwhelming. I like the content because I like Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, but so far I have to say it doesn't do anything to expand the experience in any meaningful way. Hopefully I warm up to it as I dig in a little deeper. If you played any of the Age of Calamity expansion content, I'm curious to get your thoughts. Let me know what you think of it in the comment section below. This episode's Spirit of the Week comes from James Harmon. We're looking at Spirit number 1098, Gallium, a Super Smash Bros. Original. This character was originally created for Super Smash Bros. Brawl as a boss for the Super Smash Bros. Brawl Adventure Mode entitled Subspace Emissary. According to Nintendo Wii's Super Smash Bros. Brawl trophy, Gallium is described as an enormous transforming robot and subspace army warmonger. Gallium is characterized by various attack threats, including jump stomps, beefy arm bludgeonings, and even missiles fired from his back. He also has a subspace bomb set in his head, which he can use in times of desperation to blow himself up and drag the player into the darkness of subspace. He's one tough robot. In addition to his appearance as a spirit in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Gallium also returns as a boss in both Classic Mode and the World of Light Adventure Mode. Should you equip the Gallium Spirit, you'll be rewarded with some bolstered fist attack. You can acquire the Gallium Spirit by defeating him at the base in World of Light. Thanks to James for the suggestion. If there's a particular spirit you'd like to see featured as the Spirit of the Week, leave your suggestion in the comment section below, and if yours is selected, you'll be recognized in the episode with an on-screen credit, just like James. Now it's time to sound off. With E3 out of the way, and a whole host of Nintendo games to look forward to on the horizon, my question for you is, what upcoming games for Nintendo Switch make it on your wish list? Perusing the release calendar I pulled from the Nintendo Twitter account, there are definitely a few notable entries that catch my attention. Of the games already released this year, I picked up Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, which I loved. I picked up new Pokemon Snap, which unfortunately bored me to sleep. I got into Monster Hunter Rise for the first time. The game was okay. Actually, I half love it and I half hate it. The game itself is pretty good, but the menu navigation is nightmarish. My favorite thing about it though was spending time with my brother, so the community aspect of it's pretty strong. I picked up Game Builder Garage, and it's so mind-numbingly talkative that I put it right back down. And I also picked up my current contender for Game of the Year, Miitopia. Man, that game's good. I'm still playing it every day. And then looking ahead to the summer, it looks like Skyward Sword HD is the only game that makes my list. Looking towards the fall, there's no way I'm passing up WarioWare Get It Together. And as I think I mentioned last week, I'm probably going to pick up Metroid Dread, just like I do with every other Metroid game, and then never actually finish any of them. And as we start getting towards the holiday, I'm definitely going to take a strong Poke Pass because life's too short to play through these games again. I guess I have some passing interest in Mario Party Superstars, but that's definitely going to fall into the wait and see category. And then as we venture into 2022, as it currently stands, I'm very interested in Pokemon Legends Arceus. I'm theirs to lose at this juncture. And that does it for me, although I think there's a very good chance I wind up picking up Splatoon 3. While it's not really my kind of game, my daughter really seems to enjoy the first two, so she's probably going to convince me to pick up this one for her as well. So there's certainly no shortage of games on the horizon. You heard my picks. Now let me hear yours in the comment section below. And that wraps up another edition of Mii Weekly. As always, I love getting to spend this time with you. You know why? Because you're my favorite. That's right, you! It's fun to check in with you every week. I love this little community we got going on here, and you can help grow it by liking this video and sharing this video with a friend. I hope to see you again next time. Until then, this is Hero TJ signing out. Thanks for playing.